What's up guys, this is Rami from Overtone, and what I'd like to present you today is a video of a conversation I had yesterday with my friend Luis, aka Woolookologie. And in this video he will explain how he started making music and how he kept going, and about where he derives inspiration from and what his influences are. So I think this is a very valuable video, especially if you're also making music, and I think this is also super entertaining and fun. By the way, sorry for the low video and audio quality. This will get better in the future, hopefully. And so lay back and enjoy. So maybe you could tell us a little bit about your musical background and how you started, especially with the kind of music that you're doing right now. How did things develop into this direction?
Yeah, so I started really early. I think I'll go back to my roots, and that's the drums. I started to play the drums with 4 years, 5 years, and got my drum set for my 5th birthday.
Wow, that's pretty early.
Yeah, so that was and even before I did stuff on everything. And my parents are actually musicians too, but classical. My mother plays the piano and teaches piano, and my father.
Oh, mine too.
Ah,
she also teaches piano. That's funny.
Yeah, that's really funny. So and my father is a singer, but both classical. So they had literally nothing to do with pop music or electronic. And my uncle has a lot of electronic stuff, not really synthesizers, but he used to have a small business where he recorded things like concerts or something. So he had a lot of stuff. He plays guitar too, and so sometimes I went to visit him and recorded several things, mainly on the drums, and sometimes I even tried to play the guitar and things like that. And since there always were many instruments in the house, I also played a bit of piano, but was never really good at it. But I just did it for fun. I eventually started recorded some 2 songs with my uncle. They were really, really bad, and I wouldn't like to show them nowadays, but yeah, that was maybe with 8 or something.
Oh.
And I really liked synthesizers. I even built a modular synthesizer. I have it here. Wait, I can show it. That's only it was a full card box. And I really liked synthesizers, and had a book and read it and listened to the CD of that book all the time. And eventually
what was the book?
It was by Florian Anwander, synthesizers, about modular synthesizers mainly. It was pretty advanced actually, but and I didn't get everything, but it was interesting, and I listened especially to the CD that was more like a add-on to the book itself, but I listened to the CD and I got some basic knowledge about synthesis.
Yeah.
Synthesis? Yeah.
Yeah. But wait a minute. That's you just said that you didn't have, or maybe that comes later. But did you have piano lessons?
No, actually no. Lately, I did some stuff with my mom, but I didn't really have piano lessons.
Dude, whoa, that's incredible! Actually, I always thought that you started playing the piano really early with lessons and stuff, but that's actually incredible, because I hear your piano skills are extremely good actually, and the way you express yourself on the piano is incredible actually. So I always assumed that there's this you have a big piano background or something.
Actually not. like I used to play on keyboards and piano just for fun, and it just evolved and evolved to something that you can listen to actually,
Wow.
rather than some audible trash. At some point I got a synthesizer actually, for my birthday. It was a microcorg, rather small but really nice synth, and I played it with it a lot, and it was really fun. It's the Korg microcorg. I have a Mikrozwerg too, but that's monophonic and analog.
Oh, okay.
But at some point I started recording some things, and from then on I just recorded albums that were just random playing for minutes and minutes. But it got better and better, and I got some more equipment. And like I think when it really got decent was when I got my Electribe. It's a Groovebox sequencer. And I think the first album I recorded was One Only Thing, and it's on my Bandcamp page for more like for historic reasons. It's not great, but it's okay. And was the first thing that had some substance to it. And yeah, eventually I bought Ableton Live, and that was a really big step for me. And that was
So how did you record your stuff before Ableton Live?
It actually changed a lot. Sometimes, like at the beginning, I used to record with an audio interface into the PC I got from my uncle. Actually, most of the audio engineering things I got from my uncle. Like I'm really grateful to my uncle, because without him I wouldn't have been able to record anything like audio interfaces or microphones or things. I'm actually talking through a microphone I got from my uncle. So that was a really, really lucky thing that I could borrow some things from him. And I used to record sometimes in my PC, sometimes with overdubs, sometimes live. My setup was mainly the microcorg I had, then a really crappy keyboard for like $99, a Roland SH201, later a Yamaha MX49, which I still use as my main keyboard to play things in Ableton. And as I said, the Electribe, a really nice Groovebox sequencer.
So at the moment you don't play on the real piano.
Sometimes I record it, but like when I do solo piano stuff, I record my piano, because it's like it still sounds the best, I think, better than most emulations. But when I make like in the box things in the computer, I mostly use una corda or the Ableton stock piano, so I can compose and mix it with other things.
The Ableton stock piano, I didn't check it out so far, because I started with Fruity Loops, FL Studio, and the stock piano is the most crappy thing I've seen. So I didn't even look at the other one. So, but I will check it out today.
It's actually not bad. Like I like to use it for melodies. When you like play chords and something like that, it's not the greatest, but for melodies it's pretty nice. Often I play some chords with una corda to cover the lower end, and make melodies with the stock piano to make like higher things in the higher frequency range.
Yeah. I like also the una corda plugin. It sounds really great, but what I don't really like is that now almost everyone uses it.
Yeah.
So you recognize it everywhere.
Yeah. That's really my problem too. Like it's literally everywhere in I even recognized it in some anime series recently.
Oh my god.
It's really yeah. But I really like the sound anyway. And my new album contains a lot of Unacoda. Like every other song has some Unacoda in it. I think that's the main thing I like about Unacoda, like the felt
Yeah.
thing.
The noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the noises and the damped sound. I don't think it's even the basic sound I really like about Unacoda. I mean, it's really nice, but that's not the main thing I love about it. It's more the noises and the felt inlay.
Sometimes I do something. For example, I take, because that's so cool with the Unacoda, you can make this atmosphere in the background where you hear the player on his chair.
Yeah, it's really funny. Someone asked me some days ago if I actually recorded it on the real piano, and I said no, it's just the software.
Yeah, so sometimes I do something where I take the Unacoda, I load it into my channel, and I just activate the background noise. Then I take, but I don't play anything on it, just for the noise.
Yeah, I do the too actually sometimes.
You can try as an experiment to play something on the Unacoda, and then maybe use something like a high pass filter to just get the noise, because I guess it's more high pass or high frequency stuff, and then use some other piano or something like that for the low frequency stuff. Maybe that gives cool results. I didn't try it so far, but actually this is an idea that you might try. You might want to do.
I often layer it with something else. Like, for example, I sometimes layer the Giant with Unacoda. The Giant is another Native Instruments piano.
Yeah, heard of it.
Actually, built by the same guy who built the Unacoda, like the piano builder.
What was his
David
name?
Klavins.
Yeah. And I think I heard it in the ads, but I think it was a little too harsh. I'm not sure if this is the one or another, but there was a channel that...
Yeah. It can have a really harsh sound indeed, like when you play it with high velocity values. But when there's a nice setting that's called All That Jazz, and it has, when you take that setting, it sounds pretty nice. Like I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it's nice. I sometimes use it. I think around 2015, I got an own PC in my room. Like I always use the family PC, and then I got my own one. It's not that long actually, but long ago actually. But yeah, and I bought Ableton Live, and like almost a week later, I had my first EP done.
Oh my god!
That was, yeah. I never did something in a short time like that again after that. But like I had this extremely productive first week or 2 weeks, and I made that first EP that was called Ghost Hug. I think it's still up too on my Bandcamp page.
You can put it in the description.
Yeah. I think 4 tracks. They weren't that great yet, but it was a nice start. After that, I recorded some first ambient stuff. Like I always liked ambient music, but never really. And my music was always influenced by ambient, but I never did real ambient. Like I sometimes did drum and bass with ambient influences, or.
I always ask myself, what is actually real ambient music? Because it's so different. I mean, there's this popular channel, this ambient musical genre, and they put everything out. I don't know anymore what is ambient. So, but I mean, it has a certain characteristic. But or what is it for you?
Like I have like two main categories for myself. I listen to, on the one hand, like, let me think of an example. For example, my song Infinity, that has like definitely rhythmic elements, but still really calm and chill. And it did extremely well, like in the last couple of weeks. Like I think it was from an upload from Fluidified.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that, because I've always seen this on the top of my page. Everyone reposted that.
Yeah, it's pretty. It was pretty insane. Like I was visiting Berlin in that week, and my notifications just went crazy, and I had thousands of plays per day, and it was really insane. And I'm really grateful, because that's a song I personally like too, and it's not something I don't like. And the other one is more experimental stuff, like more things like released on my EP Shadows of Time, that are, for example, released on labels like Hibernate Music or Alien Records, and Alien. I think it's pronounced Alien, not Alien.
Okay.
Alien Records. That's like really experimental, has lots of acoustic elements, and I really enjoy that, listening to that too. It's not that popular. It's pretty underground and indie. But and I always tried to do something like that, but it never really worked until this EP I released on Kage recently.
Yeah, but and where does this like this affinity come from to make, for example, ambient stuff or other things? Like where does this maybe inspiration come from?
I think the main inspiration that brought me into that direction was Jean-Michel Jarre.
Okay.
And he was actually the first full electronic musician I really listened to, and I really enjoyed his music, and especially his album Oxygen was really ambient and calm, but really electronic at the same time. So it was really electronic, ambient. And I think that both brought me to the path of electronic music and ambient music. And then I used to listen to compilations like Café Del Mar, like chill out, lounge kind of things, or Café Abstrait. All those coffee compilations. And yeah, I think at some point I found some net labels. I think especially Hibernate Records that had some free releases up, and I downloaded them, and I really enjoyed those songs, because they were so different and calm and emotional at the same time. After that, I think I discovered Vaporwave. That's like a kind of strange internet genre where you take old 80 songs from the 80s and pitch them down and make weird stuff with it. And I actually made 2 full-length albums of Vaporwave stuff. One with more classic Vaporwave, and one where I combine it with ambient elements. That's called Tokyo, and it's up on my Bandcamp page too. Yeah, I released those 2 albums as Tilvera. At some point my computer broke, and I couldn't make anything with my PC for like 5 months, because when I tried to fix it, another thing broke, and then I bought a new part, and then this part broke, and it was horrible. And
I remember that time.
And it felt like everything was working against me. Like it was really, really, really annoying. But then I got back on track and started making some J-pop stuff, like Japanese influenced things. Like that was around a year ago now.
Do you have a specific creative process? Like, for example, do you have any habits or something like you do regularly to start something, or you just sit down and do whatever comes up? Or
actually, I don't really have a plan mostly. Sometimes I have something in mind I want to do. Not necessarily a phrase or a musical idea, but more like a general thing. Like a song I really like, so I try to make something in that direction. But otherwise, like what's definitely something I noticed is that the best songs always are done in a really short period of time. For example, Infinity was essentially done in one day, and that's always the best songs at the end of the day, that just work and just I just have the basic idea and I arrange it and it's done.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
For example,
it's always frustrating.
Yeah.
For the other songs, because you spend so much time on them.
Yeah.
In the end,
I don't really have a really great workflow lately, and I'm kind of struggling actually right now to find ideas.
I have a I have a book. It's called The Art of Creative Thinking by Rod Judkins, I think. Mm-hmm. And this is also a really beautiful book, and it's divided into really small or many small mini chapters. In every chapter he introduces some idea of about creative thinking. And for example, what he said is that also sometimes it's really helpful to work or to see which time of the day is the best time to for you to do something creative.
That's true.
And I notice, for example, for myself, it's in the evening or in the night, and that's maybe not so good for my health, but
yeah.
but it's good for the music. So yeah, you can experiment also with this, but I don't know, do you have any specific times where you are really
not lately. Like I used to mainly be active in the evening some time ago, but mostly I'm just too tired to do anything and want to sleep lately in the evening, so I just try to do things when I have the time.
After you started, what was the motivation to keep going and to to continue doing making music?
That's a good question. I think the main reason was the fact that I was always not that bad at it, and if it was fun. And it was like my main field of activity, like all my life basically. So I was never that good at maths or something. So I just enjoyed doing it, and I think that's all I can think of right now.
Yeah.
Like I don't really have. I never really had the goal to like become a star or something, or wanted to become famous. That wasn't really my motivation. It was more like because it was fun for me to do. And now it's mainly because I really want to do it as a job eventually. Like, that's definitely my goal, to make music my profession in some way. Maybe producing, maybe as a keyboarder, maybe as a composer, maybe for film music or something. Yeah.
That's so cool, man. You have to pursue that.
I'd really like to do that.
Yeah, I think you will be doing great if you can just pick the right thing.
Thanks. I think I mentioned it already. I'm working on an album right now with ambient stuff. Some mainly new stuff. Some stuff's already released, for example, Infinity. And there's going to be a song with you as well on it. Maybe even more. Let's see. Yeah. Cool. And it's like 80% done. I don't really have a name or a cover or something like that yet, but I have like 40 minutes of music already.
So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. Also, if you want to see more videos of conversations with really amazing people, and so stay tuned and have a great day.